Fantastic. Alright, so today we're going to be checking out the Vertx MPH multi-purpose holster. Tacticami. Like origami or origami or tactigami. I don't know. What this is for, so for hiking, I have a pack that I wear that I carry my Not-A-Glock 20 in. Right now I kind of have to put it in here. This is unloaded, by the way, nothing in there. I have to put this in here. That covers the trigger guard, but when I'm actually hiking, you kind of have to just let it float in here. Because if you put this together, this just doesn't come out. Because of the light and because of the suppressor height sights, it just can't draw it out of there. So, I want to fix that so that I can have a holster that covers the trigger guard that will let me draw it out. I think this comes from a Can Pro bag. These are good for regular pistols without lights and sights, but not great otherwise. So, we're going to see if we can follow the instructions for this and put this together. It comes all together like this, but from what I was previewing here, you have to kind of put it all, take it all apart. So we have to take all this stuff out, put it this side up ish. This goes somewhere. I don't know what this is. This thing ish. Alright. So we want to lay this with the arrow pointing towards me. There we go. And the hook side up. Place wrap 2 over wrap 1. This is wrap 2. We place it like this. Place your handgun on top of the pieces with the grip facing away. Oh, is this upside down in the instructions? This makes no sense. Why would you do it that way? Alright, let's try this. We're just going to do this the way the instructions show. How's that sound? So place this, align the ejection port with the larger cutout, wrap 1. They're like the same size. Huh? I guess we're going to align it with that. Like that. Pull the end of the wrap. Make sure the cutout's aligned with the ejection port. Well, we got to kind of move it a little bit because we got a sight on here. So, see how that works. Turn your gun over to secure end of wrap 1 to opposite side. So like this. Secure the black hook to the flap closest to the barrel. Okay. Align TPR retention with the ejection port. So we flip it back over. What does this other cutout do? I'm confused. So we align this with the ejection port. which way does it go? It's this way? Like this? Fold flap with the black hook in. Like this? I guess? Ish. So should the black hook be like further down? Should we move the hook down so it's not over the top? So we can kind of do that, and then we put that there. I are confused. So the black hook is on the inside. I am really confused now. Okay, so we turn it over so that it looks like this. And then we put this here. And then this gets put over this way. Ish. Yes? Sure. And then we take the offset roll piece with the loop on the inside and roll tight. And then put this closest to the rear side. They flap closest to the rear side. Like this. And then we fold the flap over the offset roll. Do you have a picture of what it's supposed to look like when finished? Alright, so I guess we just pull this over this. Ish. There we go. Is that it? That's it? Let's stick it to some Velcro and see how this works. Oh, oh my God! Yeah, so you're running into the same issue here with this, is that the suppressor sights hit the top. So when you're trying to draw it out, right, your suppressor height sight is right there, whacking this thing when you're trying to get it out. Well, that ain't good. Let's see if we can fix that. Alright. So what we need is some kind of channel. Take you out for a second. See, the problem you run into is that suppressor height sight wants to hit right here and prevent you from pulling that out. What they need is a polymer insert you can put in here for your sights so that you can pull the handgun out with a suppressor height sight. I feel like if you do it too loose, you're not going to get any sort of retention. That'll cover the trigger guard in the bag. and we can get it out. Let's see if we can do that when we put the whole thing together here. Keep it together, boys. And we'll still get it out. And then we can put this in for retention. Ish. My gosh, I think we may have it. Let's try that. You can thank James Reeves from TFB TV for the suggestion on the fanny pack here. I don't know how this is actually going to fit well. This is going to fit in. It fits in without a holster. Might need a little creative packing there at some point, but anyway, let's see if we can pull it from the holster while it's in here. It's not the smoothest. And getting it back in there might be a little bit of a bear. Yeah, that's not bad. It's I think it's catching on this a little bit. It needs to wear down a little bit or something. With oof. Nope, see, it's still catching on the sights at the wrong angle though. I think this thing just... And it's still catching on the top of this at the wrong angle. So that's not great. That's kind of a fail. It might be good for just a regular handgun with a light, but I can't imagine that this... Why? I don't know why you put this here, Vertx. This right here is what's causing the thing to fail, because the sight gets caught on the edge. I get that you wanted it to be able to be left or right-handed, but because you put that ability in here instead of making people buy a specific left or right-hand one, you make it worthless with suppressor height sights. That all those sights are going to do is just catch on here continuously, and you're never going to be able to get your gun out. So that's kind of a fail. I don't really like that, and almost all of my guns, with the exception of my my subcompacts, have suppressor height sights. So that's sort of a fail. I would give this one a pass. That's like 23 bucks. And I got mine from Amazon. You can order it direct from Vertx too. But yeah, if you got suppressor height sights, they're just going to catch in this opening. Alright, in the spirit of fixing things, I've now got this to work. The way I did that was completely ignore their instructions, completely ignore this fucking retention thing. Put this up further. So that it's actually in the middle of this thing, covering both of the holes, so you no longer have anything to snag on. I guess that could have been straighter. About as straight as your cousin Jimmy. Then put it on. Bring this up a little ways. Flip this flappy over. I might be able to do it a little tighter. Just trying to make sure I can get it in and out. The sight should create its own channel. And then flip this over and flip this over. And now, because there's no stupid hole for the sight to snag on, you can get it in and out. Now, there is zero retention here. However, this is something that is designed to go in a bag that's going to be worn vertically on my body. So I feel like with this in the bag, you know, 90% of the time the bag is like this. You pull the flap up, you close the zippers, right? And then this is on my right hip. And then if the need arises, you rip this down quicker than that, but I didn't want to bang into the camera, right? And then you can pull this out. So you don't really need the retention because the bag itself is holding it in. So that works. I still think the better solution is going to be to make my own Kydex holsters for things. But for right now, this works. You just have to ignore the instructions that came with it and figure it out on your own, basically. But yeah, I don't know if that's worth the money for ignoring all of their instructions and just using it how you want. You might just try to find some of your own Velcro material and do it yourself.